Ooh, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to When Moon Trading. Here's my update. It's been a week. I'm going to try to make a video, like I said last video, every Sunday. I'm going to do an update on my challenge, my $1,000 to 100K. I'm actually lying. It was about $1,200 I started with. So I'm going to update that every Sunday. That's my plan. One video a week. Any more than that, it's just a little crazy for me. You know, I'm busy. I don't do this full time. I have a job, right? First things first, we're going to look at Bitcoin. And right now we're kind of in a local downtrend. On the daily, we're making lower highs, lower lows, so it doesn't look too great on the daily. However, I mean, at the end of the day, zoom out, this could be a big bull flag, although we're kind of getting a little extended here. Zooming in, we're basically at this range point of control right now, so it can kind of go either way. I'm looking for higher, to be honest with you. I still think we go higher. If you look at a lot of these levels I've pointed out here, you got some untapped naked point of controls a little higher, up to around 67.7. So ideally, I'd like to see higher. I think we're bullish. If we do fall down below this range point of control here and close like a 4-hour as resistance, which kind of look like we're starting to do now, maybe a 4-hour close be below here at 63,000. Then maybe go lower. Like if I were to look for a scalp long from that, like I would expect maybe it comes down to here, 59,000 range. Fill that vector candle, you know. Ideally, I don't want to see that, and I explain why. I'm currently in a long, not the best long. So that's it. I am expecting higher. I expect these levels to hit. At the very least, I want to see 65,000 get hit. There's some liquidity there, and then from there we'll see what happens. But we got a weekly there. Maybe a swing failure pattern of this wick, and then we come lower and take out these lows, or we just pump higher, right? So what are you saying? It can go up and down. That's exactly what I'm saying. My bias is bullish. I think there's more liquidity upside right now, unless you guys can't see this chart. It's on my other screen here, but the liquidity below us is like at 50,000. Like I don't see us going to 50K that soon. I mean, it's got to work its way down there. But I don't see that happening. I think the clear direction right now is up. So my challenge. I'm going to make this quick, make this simple. What we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the trades I took this week. I'm going to explain some of them. I'm not going to go through every single one. And I just want to show that this is possible for everybody. And I've made some mistakes, and one of the mistakes I currently made, I'm currently in a trade with right now, and I'll explain that in a second. So I just wanted to let everybody know that this is possible. Even I make mistakes. I know what I'm doing. I have good TA, but I still fuck up, right? So we'll go over my trades of the week. And there might have been a couple trades on here. This only displays the last 20 trades. And just going through them quick, a lot of these altcoin ones, I'm doing smaller scalps on something called balls of steel, which is this indicator right here. And we'll just click one of these. And what this is like a very quick scalping strategy that has a high win rate on these coins that I've picked out. Like you see here, 88%. So if any of these trigger, it's basically a 1% take profit. So you get in with 5x leverage or 10x leverage. I don't like using 10x leverage with these coins because it's very volatile, but you get in with 5x leverage, and I'm looking for 1%, right? So I'm usually getting in with like $100, $150, about 10% of my portfolio, and that's what a lot of these, like these $3, $5, $9, $9, that's what those are. All right. So I have a lot of small wins like that, which is good because you want to make, let's say 1% of your portfolio on some of these small trades, right? Couple losses. This one, this Bitcoin, I got stopped out. This was one of my divergence trades that I took. I got stopped out of that. IMX, this one annoyed me because this is this one right here, the dead zone, and that was this trade right here. I longed it and I got stopped out pretty much right away for, what was it, $45 or $25. Okay. Then we had a bunch of small wins. This one I closed it broke even. I was going to bed. I didn't want to leave it open overnight. Same thing, a small. I think this loss on Bitcoin, I just longed randomly. I'm like, oh, I think it's going to go up, so that's one of the mistakes I made. I don't know exactly where, but let's just say I longed here and then I took the loss. Like it's something like that, right? A small loss, but at the end of the day, I shouldn't be doing things like that, right? And then yeah, say it's just some small ones. And then here we go. So we got our first long here. I longed 62 and closed at 635. This was a divergent strategy, I believe. Where it was, I don't fucking remember. I should have plotted this out before I started the video. I believe it was before we had the big drop. Yeah, I think it was around here. Yeah, here it was. I believe it was around here. And I took a profit up here. So you see bullish divergence. Okay. So that was this trade here. And yeah, this was another, this is a ball of steel strategy. I closed this at a loss. I didn't want to be stuck in it because Bitcoin was dumping like a freaking rock, and I was in an altcoin trade, and I'd said, you know what, I'll lose $40. I don't want to lose more than that. So I lost big on that. And then you see the big pappy here, $666 trade on Bitcoin. This isn't super accurate because this was a DCA. Now, I didn't get in on any bot or any signal or any divergence, really. I started longing it around here, and I was adding to my long as it went down. Now, this is an example of a bad trade, okay? Even though I profited, almost $700, this is a bad trade because there was no reason for me to enter a trade around here. You could say, well, this was divergence and everything. I think that's where I did originally enter, but then we just fell through, and I didn't stick to my stop loss. I just stayed in. I was like, oh my God, we dumped 5%. I'm going to stay in this trade. And then we went down further, right? And with 10x leverage, this got a little bit scary. I'm not going to lie. But I DCA'd, and my average entry, was around 60,000 while we were down here. And I stayed in this trade because now I'm basically almost all in. And what I was doing as we rode up, I was taking profit and compounding my trade, which is why its entry price is 61.3. But I originally got in around 60,000. Okay, so I closed that yesterday or the day before for 666 profit. And then most recently, I took an $80 loss, and this was divergence, one of my divergence strategies. And that was right here. And this one really annoyed me, I'll tell you why. So that was on this candle right here. Okay, so you see a divergence forming, bearish divergence. So what I did was, I took the fib from here to, at the time, this candle, and my entry was down here. But as you can see, I got stopped out on this candle. And what's annoying is, I should have brought up the chat, but I said in real time, I tried to short this, and it wouldn't take my short. And so I tried to short at the actual top, like 63.6. And what I was doing is I accidentally put it in limit orders, and it didn't fill my order. So I did try to short this, and what I would have done, if I shorted the absolute top like I planned to, I probably would have closed this at like 14, 15%. You see 1.5%. So that's a trade I missed. So I went from a small loss, and I would have had a double the size of a win. But because I was on limit order instead of market order, I missed out on that. And that brings us to where we are now. And I'll just show you. I'm in a bit of a loss in this trade. Again, this is another example of something I'm doing wrong. This is a bad trade, okay? The reason I'm in this trade, though, I followed this bot, okay, on the 45-minute. And I'm going to show this because this is an example of what not to do. So a few things first. Oh my God, I'm on the wrong coin. Okay, there's Bitcoin. All right, so first things first. Where did I make a mistake? First mistake, see how it's red here? This means this bot is supposed to be turned off on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. Because Saturday and Sunday is usually like a sideways range. So for whatever reason, this bot gave me a trade alert on Saturday. So I shouldn't have taken this trade because I knew it, I'm supposed to ignore it, right? First things first. Second thing, I didn't stick to the stop loss. In fact, I didn't put a stop loss in because I entered the trade over here, as you can see, and I should have been stopped out. Now, my bias is bullish. I still think we're going to hit 65K at the very minimum, and that's my reasoning. Again, that's a mistake. You shouldn't be thinking like that. You should say, nope, here's my entry, here's my stop loss. I'm willing to take a loss if I'm wrong. So I'm still, as I'm saying this, I'm making a mistake, and I'm aware of it, right? Two mistakes. And another mistake too is that just generally speaking, you don't want to long after a big run up, and you don't want to short after a big dump. Like, you shouldn't be shorting down here, and you shouldn't be longing up here, right? It's just, I'm sorry, you just shouldn't be. So, and I knew that. I even say that in the chat sometimes, and here I am showing that I still make that mistake. So I'm currently still in this trade. I haven't taken any profit on it yet. As you can see, I got my take profits up here, which is following this, which shouldn't count now because technically I would be stopped out. But I'm looking at the order books right now. I'm pretty confident. I'd say 80% confident we go up to 65K. I think if we do come down below this, I'll take a loss. I'll just like a $300 loss or so, right? So, moment of truth. That's that. As you can see, I have no available USDT on this. This is my sub account. Okay. So this is my margin, 1737. So here's what we're going to do. And anybody who's following along or anybody who's trading should do this. Get Excel or Microsoft Word or whatever it is you use and make a spreadsheet and track as much statistics as you want to track, right? In this case, this is my first week. This week is done. I started on Thursday, so technically I had like 2 or 3 extra days, but we'll just count it as the first week. And what do we say here? 1737. Let's get the decimals in there for fun. Why not? 1737.65. All right. So in my first week of I started with 868 US dollars, which is about 1,200 Canadian. As of right now, again, I'm in this trade. This can change, but as of right now, we'll refresh the clocks for this week. I can barely speak right now. Jesus. And as of right now, we're up to 1737. We've made $869 for a 100% gain on our portfolio. Here are their goals, right? We smashed like I said in the video last week, we were trying to aim for about 13.5% a week. We smashed that by 86%. Our expected, what we should have if we hit 13.5% exactly, would be $985. As you can see, we're over it by 752, meaning we have made 76% more than our goal. Easy, done, save. I gotta get Excel. Good first week, 100% in a week. Can we keep that up? Probably not. That was a really good week. Like I said, this one trade alone was huge. But that's the thing. If I present a good opportunity with Bitcoin, like I'm going to take these bigger trades. Like I said, if I'm not in a trade with Bitcoin and some of these altcoin ones pop up, I'll take them, but they're not going to be for large amounts. They're going to be for very small amounts. But that's it. All you need is 1 or 2 good trades. Like you don't need to take, like here's 20 trades. You don't need to take 20 trades a week. That's a lot. It's almost too much. And like I said, 4 or 5 of these are bad trades that I know in real time I shouldn't be taking. So like I said, all you need is 1 or 2 good trades. Wait for the opportunity. Wait for the price to come to you. Okay, you don't always need to be in a trade. You don't have to have like gambler logic. Like you don't need to fill that itch, right? Just take a breath and wait for the right trades. All right, guys? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tick the little bell, follow me down below. And any questions, comments, if you want to yell some hate speech at me, go for it. Leave it in the comments below. Love you all. Peace.